Hey, welcome to the Spire. Today playing the daily challenge for April 23rd, 2026. The character of the Defect and the modifiers are draft the custom starting deck of cards, vintage normal enemies drop relics instead of cards, and binary card rewards contain only 2 cards. So vintage and binary will make my draft deck pretty much the final deck I'll end up with. I see Gemino here with 1329, Alex with 1327. They are doing really well. Gold player 1287. Okay, so looks like people are able to do well. I know Gemino does not like the vintage modifier. Alright, so right off the bat, it is very tempting for me to go for Barrage, but no, not without a Tempest. I think I'll start with a Tempest. Beam Cell Hologram, Steam Beer. Hologram is a decent card. Cold Snap to have 1 Frost Orb at least. Let's take it. Reinforced Body for a good block card. Let's take that as well. Equilibrium, Beam Cell, Capacitor. I mean, Capacitor with a Tempest is not horrible. Let's take it. Genetic Algorithm on floor 1. Let's definitely take that. Steam Berry, Heat Sinks. I don't think I can really do Heat Sinks yet. Steam Beer is fine. I feel like I have a lot of defensive cards and I have to pick up some offensive cards. Unfortunately, I already have a Cold Snap. With the Tempest now in my deck, I think Barrage might be really good. Double Energy might not be as good as the Turbo, actually. Although, no, my deck will stay thin, right? So maybe Double Energy is better. Another Capacitor, I can't take that. Stack or Leap. Okay, I'm going to take the Leap, but I really have to focus on attack cards. So let's take the Beam Cell. No attack cards. Let's take Hello World. That's fine. Charge Battery. Doom and Gloom, that would allow me to get Overkill out of the way, and then Cool-Headed for card draw. Yeah, let's take it, but I'm a little low on offensive cards. Offensively, I basically just have Doom and Gloom, Beam Cell, Barrage, Cold Snap. That's it. 4 defensive cards. And then, or offensive cards, and then Capacitor, Double Energy are support, Cool-Headed 2, and then the rest is defense. So, okay, this might be a little tough if I have to fight the Grumman Knob. I have the Guardian at the end, which at least makes it a little easier because I have so many defensive cards, and there is a 2 elite path if I start left and then turn right. So getting to this elite with 2 more question mark rooms. Up until this point, if I get there on the left, I'll get 1 question mark room. Middle gives me also 1. Right side gives me also 1. But more importantly, it would give me a shot before the first elite, and I am worried that I might just not have enough damage for the first elite, especially if it's the Grumman Knob. So I think I will go on the right here. It does give me an extra rest side here, but I think that's fine. Yeah, I think the shop is too important to give up. Alright, here I started with the Lice. I mean, Tempest is nice. Let's do... Hang on, how do I do this? Let's do Beam Cell, Charge Battery. Alright, let's do Hello World Reinforced Body. I can't play the Tempest because I got both of my X-Cost cards in the same hand. And then, of course, I have to remember to use the Genetic Algorithm as much as I can. Doom and Gloom will get rid of the Frontliner. Let's do that, and then Leap. Okay. And then I should be able to get the Genetic Algorithm plate here. Beautiful. And then I can kill with the Cold Snap. Okay. Alright, easy start. We've got Matryoshka. The next 2 numbers just to open contain 2 relics, as if I need more relics in a vintage run. And then, man, so it is very tempting. Okay, I'm gonna buy all the potions. Alright, I got some good ones. Now, I am losing out on gold for the upcoming shop. That might be a problem. Alright, let's do Beam Cell, Cool-Headed. I think I'll hologram the Beam Cell, actually. Okay, and then do a Cold Snap. Alright. 6 incoming. Yeah, Genetic Algorithm is great. Let's do Barrage. And then I can do Capacitor and wait. Okay. And then just need to deal 40 damage, which I can easily do with the Doom and Gloom and a Tempest. Beautiful. Alright, we got a Distal Chaos, or Ancient Tea said, when you enter rest test and next one with 2 extra energy, and then, yeah, Distal Chaos might not be a bad idea, but I like the potions I have right now, so let's stick with those. Alright, here I got the Jar Worm, again starting with Genetic Algorithm, which is great. Let's also do Charge Battery, and, oh, I didn't realize I don't have enough energy to play the Doom and Gloom. That's fine. If I have a fight where I can stall, I might try to get the Doom and Gloom. Actually, I could play it now, it doesn't really hurt me too much. Let's do it, then do Cool-Headed. And then wait, I am fully defended. Let's do Capacitor and then Hello World. Okay. And then here I can do Beam Cell, Barrage, and that's enough. Beautiful. Dr. Imperio, whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max sure by 6, as well as a Fire Potion, which I'll skip. And then, yeah, let's go for a shop here. Okay, I'm happy I don't need any of these relics. I was hoping to pick up a good cards, and unfortunately, I already have a copy of these 3, and I'm definitely going to go for a handler with Vintage and Binary. Which means the shop is ultimately very useless. That's a shame. I think I'll just skip everything. I don't want Blizzard. I don't want Self-Repair. Madness is fine, but it's expensive. Potion-wise, Focus Potion is not horrible, but you know what? Okay, fine. I'm going to take a Focus Potion or a Colorless Potion because that might end up giving me some extra block with the Frost Orbs. Okay, and then I am fighting the Grumman Knob, so I'm very worried here. Oof. Okay, let's get Genetic Algorithm played. Let's do Barrage. I have to get a little lucky, and I do have a duplication potion. Let's see if that helps. I could do reinforced body, right? Hang on. So if I do double energy, I'm just giving the enemy so much strength, which I would like to avoid. There's a Doom and Gloom later on. So I think I'll do... Should I double play? I'm trying to think if there's any way. I do want to keep the duplication potion for the Doom and Gloom, but vulnerability would be great. I just use all my potions. Might not be a bad idea. Alright, let's drink this potion and see what this gives me. Bias Cognition, Storm Loop. Bias Cognition is really nice. Let's take that. Which does mean it does make sense to play the Cool-Headed. So now, I could have considered doing the double energy, right? So if I do charge battery alone, that's not enough. If I do reinforced body, actually, if I do 2 charge batteries, that is enough this turn, and then I have lots of energy next turn. Let's see if that does anything. And I still have a duplication potion. All right, 20 incoming. So if I duplicate the Tempest, is that enough? So it will evoke 7 times. No, 8 times. So 8 times 13. I think that should be enough. So if I duplicate the Tempest, that should be enough, right? Okay. Alright, fine. Had to use all my potions, but perfect this one. We got Gambling Chip. At the start of each combat, discard any number of cards and then draw that many cards. That's really nice. Scrape or Streamline. So I need attack cards, and Streamline is a great attack card. Scrape would be better if I had more 0-cost cards, which I don't have at the moment. Alright, here, Doom and Gloom Genetic Algorithm seems great. Yeah, let's get rid of the rest. Okay. Alright, I can do double energy, Genetic Algorithm, Doom and Gloom, then Barrage, and Steam Barrier to be fully defended. Good. Actually, I wonder if I can stall this fight to try to get overkill. Let me see if I can do that. Let's do Hologram, the Cool-Headed. Basically, I need to get more Frost Orbs. Which means I have to get rid of the Lightning Orb and then just keep the Dark Orb. See if I can pull that off. So let's do Leap, Charge Battery, and wait. Okay. And then here, another Doom. No, I'd rather prefer a Frost Orb, so I think I'm going to do... Oh, but I can't get a Frost Orb without evoking the Lightning Orb and killing possibly both. Right? Keep the light... Actually, what if I do... Oh, no, this is the problem, right? Doom and Gloom would kill everything, right? You know what? No, let's kill everything because I'm pretty sure I should be able to get overkill in a different fight. We got Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal 2 HP, which is nice. And then my first upgrade, not 100% sure what that should be, actually. Double Energy, make it cheaper. Doom and Gloom to make it more powerful. Probably don't need the Genetic Algorithm. It's already getting pretty powerful. Beam Cell for an extra turn of vulnerability. Actually, let's upgrade the Hologram. That way it doesn't exhaust. And that might make a big difference, especially because my deck is still pretty thin. And Nunchaku, every time you play 10 attacks, get extra energy. And Meal Ticket, whenever you enter a shop, heal 15 HP. Okay. Alright, here I got the Louse and the Cultist. Yeah, I am happy to start up with a Doom and Gloom and Genetic Algorithm again. Oh, I had extra energy. I could have played... Oh, okay, that was... Wait, why did I have extra energy? Oh, right, Ancient Tea Set. Alright, okay, that's fine. Hopefully it doesn't make too big of a difference. Let's do Beam Cell, Cold Snap, and then Steam Beer and Tempest. I'm hoping one of the orbs, yep, hit. Actually, the Darker would have hit the frontliner anyway, so I was guaranteed to be fully defended, and here I can kill. Beautiful. Alright, got Potion Belt on pickup, gain 2 potion slots. Should I have kept the Louse alive to try to get overkill out of that? That might have been something to consider, huh? Let's get rid of everything that's not a power, because I do want to play Hello World and Capacitor. Yep, let's do those. And then do... Actually, no, I think I'll do Cool-Headed to get a Frost Orb. Okay. Alright, here... I think I'll save the Genetic Algorithm, actually. I think I need to... Yeah, actually, I can hologram the Cool-Headed for another Frost Orb. Okay. Alright. And the next turn, hopefully I can deal a lot of damage. Alright, there's a Cold Snap. Another Genetic Algorithm, which unfortunately I can't really use well. Let's do Compile Driver, see what that gives me. Another 2 Frost Orbs. I think I'll do that. So let's do Cool-Headed and then Cold Snap. Alright, so I'm getting 8 block with my Frost Orbs. Will I be able to defend for a little bit more than that? I have double energy. 8 plus 7. Well, I have the Reinforced Body, right? So I think... Hang on, let's do Charge Battery. So that's 15. A 1 energy Reinforced Body is enough so I can play the Streamline. Okay. Hoping to get Genetic Algorithm. I did get a Hologram, but alright. I think the only thing to do here is to do Leap, Beam Cell, Hologram the Beam Cell. That allows me to be fully defended. And then, yeah, let's do Doom and Gloom. And I can do... Let's do Ball Lightning too. Alright, beautiful. Okay. So I should be able to deal... Okay, I want to play the Genetic Algorithm. It's a little risky though, but next turn I think I have good cards. So let's do Genetic Algorithm. Barrage is pretty good. And then Sweeping Beam, and then the Orb is enough, right? Beautiful. Okay. Alright, perfect. This one too. Got Bag of Preparation. At the start of each combat are traditional cards, which is great together with the Gambling Chip. Turbo Heatsinks. I think I'll take the Turbo. I don't think I need the Heatsinks yet. And then here I got the Looter. And incoming, yeah, Genetic Algorithm is a great thing to play here. Let's also do Cool-Headed, why not? Let's do Genetic Algorithm, Beam Cell. I think I'll do Cold Snap and then Hologram the Beam Cell. Yeah, extra turn of vulnerability. I should really get that Beam Cell upgraded. It would be so nice if it was upgraded. Alright, another 10. Let's do Double Energy, then Streamline, and Doom and Gloom for a kill. Beautiful. Alright, we got Lizard Tail. One of you die, heal to 50% of your max HP, and a Skill Potion. Okay. And then here I just got to regular fight the Slavers. What do I need? Let's keep these two. Okay. Then, yeah, I got the Genetic Algorithm, which is great. Let's do that. Then Streamline. Okay. I'm very happy how often I'm playing. I'm basically playing the Genetic Algorithm every fight, which is really nice. I don't think I need to do Turbo or... Here, let's do Hello World and Reinforce Body. That allows me to be fully defended. There's no reason to play anything else. Okay. And then here, Streamline is enough, right? Beautiful. Alright, got Rune Catcher. One of you resting. You add a card into your deck. Okay. I'm not sure if I... Oh, I might want to rest because of that. Got Juju Base or normal enemy combats are no longer encountered in Question Mark rooms. And Strawberry, I'm pick up Race from actually by 7. Okay, so do I want to rest here? Is there something I urgently need upgraded? Not really, right? I mean, I would like to get a bunch of cards upgraded, like the Beam Cell, Streamline, or Genetic Algorithm, but I think it might make more sense to try to get another card award. Ball Lightning, that's pretty good. I already have the hologram. Let's go for the Ball Lightning there. Okay. Alright, Guardian. Hello World is something I would like to play. Same with Streamline, and actually, you know what? I'll keep the... Oh, I have extra energy. I don't think I need to Turbo. Alright, I do want to save the Genetic Algorithm for later, so let's just do Beam Cell, Streamline. Okay. Then do Hello World and Capacitor, and wait here. Okay, so I don't need much. I just need to deal, what, 9 damage? Yeah, and I think I should do that with the Cold Snaps. Well, let's do Cool-Headed first. Okay, then Cold Snap 1, Cold Snap 2. Okay. And yeah, I think it's important to get Frost Orbs here. 9 incoming. Alright, Recursion is fine. Hologram. Hang on. Let's do Recursion, then Hologram the Recursion. Okay. And then I can do a Beam Cell, sure, why not? Deals 9 damage. Or 3 damage, right. 16. I was a little worried about this, but I have the double energy. And then I can do Charge Battery, Cool-Headed. So that's 8-15. So Cold Snap would be enough, but is it enough? So it's 8 plus 17. If I do Streamline, I will take damage, which is unfortunate. So, yeah, unfortunately, I can't do the Streamline. That's fine. Alright, another 20. I don't think I can transform, but I think I can defend against that, right? Yeah, let's do Leap. Let's do Cold Snap, then Ball Lightning. And that is enough. Let's also do Compile Driver. And again, I think I'll save the Genetic Algorithm. No reason to play it yet. Okay, here. Yeah, I guess I'll do Beam Cell. I want to save my Frost Orbs. I don't want to get rid of them, so I don't think I'll do the Ball Lightning or the Tempest, so let's wait on those. Okay. Alright, another 9. I do have a lot of block cards, which is nice. Let's do Cold Snap. Okay. So I have 10 already, which means let's do Recursion and then Barrage. A good amount of damage. Okay. And then another 16. Oof. Okay, yeah, I have to do... Wait, Leap is 15. So I have to do Leap, Hologram the Leap. Wait, no, I don't actually need to Hologram the Leap. I should have hologrammed the Streamline. That would have been enough. Yeah, I would have been able to play the Streamline twice. It's fine, though. Another 20. This is where I needed the Genetic Algorithm. I didn't get it. That's fine. Let's do Leap, Ball Lightning, Recursion. Wait, I have 17 Beam Cell. I should have done the Beam Cell first, of course. Let's do Cold Snap. It also deals some damage. Okay. Yeah, I am taking it a little slowly, but I am perfecting so far. And I think at this point, if I draw the Genetic Algorithm, I will play it. Let's do Cold Snap, Recursion, Charge Battery, and then Barrage. Okay. And then here, yeah, let's do Genetic... actually, okay, fine. I could wait for another reshuffle. Fine, let's do Cool-Headed. Then Sweeping Beam. Oh, okay, you know what? Nah, I'm going to do Genetic Algorithm now because I'm probably not going to reshuffle again. I think I need to hologram. Not really. Let's do Ball Lightning. Okay. Just need to deal 60 damage. That seems very doable. Let's do Charge Battery, Streamline, and go for the S. Awesome. Alright, took me a while, but was able to protect everything here. Amplify Fission. I will go for Popper. I don't think I need any of those. And definitely going to take Colin Bella. I'm picking up a unique curse and 3 relics now. Okay, the others are fine. I was going to click on this very quickly, but I am fine with relics. But still, it will give me a curse and might make curses possible. Let's take it. We got Curse of the Bell as well as Starving Fish. Whenever we add a card to deck, gain 9 gold. Pair and pick up race remission by 10. And Calipers at the start of your turn lose 50 block rather than off your block. Now, this is huge, especially with the genetic algorithm, which at this point is already at 21 blocks. So that will trigger the Calipers. I should play it as soon as I can. And I am actually considering upgrading that. The other option is, of course, to rest that rest sites to get more cards, but... Alright, 2 lead path either on the left, which gives me no early question mark rooms, and then 3 after the second lead, or on the right, which gives me 3 early question mark rooms, and then another 2, so that's a total of 5. Now, unfortunately, this path does have an early shop again, but you know what? I don't mind spending a little bit of gold on more cards. Alright, here, I don't think I'll need the capacitor. I probably don't need beam cell. Let's get rid of everything here. Alright, let's do turbo, double energy, then I can play pretty much everything. So let's do genetic algorithm, streamline, cool-headed, ball lightning, then hologram the streamline, make it be free, and then reinforce body, and that way I'll save some block with calipers. Okay. Right. And then here, let's do steam barrier, cold snap, doom and gloom, and then I can do tempest as well. Okay. And I still am saving some block with calipers. Yeah, calipers I think will be a huge addition. Sadly, I am actually taking damage here. Alright, that's disappointing. I actually thought I would have enough. Alright, that's fine. I think this is the first time I'm actually taking damage, right? Yeah. Got Centennial Puzzle. The first time I lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. This was the Liquid Bronze Potion, which I probably don't need, but fine. Here, Preserved Insights is really good. It's not that I need relics, but it is a great relic. Yeah, let's take it. Enemies in lead combats have 25% less HP. I should focus on cards. Unfortunately, I have 3 of these. I did not get a Compile Driver, right? Let me sort A to Z, because I think I got it offered from Hello World quite frequently. But let's say Compile Driver. It's very cheap. Rip and Tear would be better if I had Strength, but I also kind of want to get to at least Librarian, right? So, yeah, fine. I think I'll take the Rip and Tear as well. All right, second shop where I am just not offered any new unique cards. I'm totally... Well, actually, never mind. I'm not going for Pauper, so I don't care Loth Gift. I also don't really care about Lizard Tail, but yeah, let's leave this. Don't really want Loth Gift there. And then I am going for Highlander, so I can't take the bites. Okay. And then here, I did not get a curse, but I got a Regal Pillow. Whenever you rest, an additional 15 HP. Okay. And then here I got the Book of Stabbing. 12 incoming. Alright, Genetic Algorithm is great. Let's get rid of... Actually, I think I'll keep the Steam Barrier too. Right. So then let's do Beam Cell, Genetic Algorithm, Steam Barrier. I think I'll do Cold Snap and Barrage here. Okay. I think here I'll save a little bit of block for next turn. That might not be enough. There is a double energy. That's good. Anything I need to hologram? Hang on. Let's do double energy first. So then reinforce body is 28. Now I do want to deal some damage too. A 2 energy one is enough as well, right? So I could hologram... What? Cold Snap again? That might not be a bad idea. Let's hologram the Cold Snap and then play the reinforce body. Okay. Now this time I'm not saving block with the calipers, unfortunately. 21. So let's do Turbo, Cool-Headed. Then, okay, I can do Leap, Charge Battery, Ball Lightning, and Reinforce Body. Okay. Again, not saving any block with calipers. 24. Let me see what the skill potion gives me. Glacier is really good. Let's take Glacier. Should have probably also considered drinking Liquid Bronze much sooner. So let's do Glacier. Okay. And then I think Tempest would be enough, right? Or should I do... Wait, if I do Capacitor and then Tempest... I will evoke 1 Lightning Orb, and I'll have plus 421. That's not enough, so I have to evoke the Frost Orbs. But I probably don't need... Let's do... I think Rip and Tear would deal more damage. I think I can also... Wait, if I do a 2 energy, it'll evoke this 5, 7, 24. That would be enough. So I can do Hello World and then Tempest. So that way I'm barely fully defended, but I also got the Hello World out. I just need to deal 28 damage. Is that doable? Anything... Do I have a Beam Cell here? I do not. 30 is a challenge. Let's do Compile Driver. Hang on. Let me Stream Barrier first, then Compile Driver. There is a Beam Cell and a Streamline. Okay, that was close. Perfect. This one we got Oddly Smooth Stone Touch come with 1 Dexterity, Melter, Sweeping Beam. Sweeping Beam is nice for card draw. Melter is nice to get rid of block, but I think I'll take the Sweeping Beam. And then here... Do I want more cards? No, I think with the calipers active, I should upgrade the Genetic Algorithm. Yeah. That'll allow it to grow faster and basically give me more block by the end of Act 3. Right, here I got the birds. Okay, I wouldn't mind the Sweeping Beam. That's good. Actually, the Barrage is not horrible either. Let's say both. And I have extra energy, right? Yeah, so let's do Sweeping Beam, hologram the Sweeping Beam. Okay. And then I can do Doom and Gloom to get all the birds to the ground. Ah, there's the Genetic Algorithm. Which, hang on, let's get all the birds to the ground. I have to make sure I get to play the Genetic Algorithm before I kill the birds here. Alright, I think that means I won't do Tempest. Let's do Compile Driver. Streamline is enough for one of them, right? Yeah, let's do Compile Driver U. Then Streamline and Steambeard to be fully defended. And I do want to keep them alive, so let's not deal too much damage because the Lightning Orb might kill. Alright, there's another Streamline. Okay. And then Hello World. Alright. Okay, I have 2 more turns. Oh, there's the Genetic Algorithm. Okay, good. And then Claw and the Orb is enough. Beautiful. At Courier, the merchant restore cards, drugs, and potions, and all prices are reduced by 20%. I still don't think going for Collectibles would be smart here, because I'm also not getting a lot of gold, but we'll see. We got Mercury Hourglass at the start of return, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Okay. And then here, nope. I could have had 2 Collectors already, but that would also make me lose the Well-Fed modifier, which I already have. And I'm still hoping to get the Stuff modifier, too. Alright, get rid of all of these. I think I'll keep the Turbo, Sweeping Beam. You know what? Streamline is not bad either. Let's keep those. Okay, let's do Turbo. Hologram the Turbo. Okay. Then do Sweeping Beam. Alright, then Rip and Tear. Okay, then Streamline, Hello World, and Barrage. And I'm actually taking damage again. Second time today, I guess. Alright. Okay, here let's do Double Energy, Genetic Algorithm, Beam Cell, Cold Snap, Ball Lightning, and Compile Driver. Should have probably done the Compile Driver first. Okay. Alright, Backline is guaranteed not to be attacking me. I just need to deal 13 damage, which I can do with the Barrage and Ball Lightning and Streamline. Awesome. Alright, we got Agapiko. First attack each combat deals 8 additional damage, as well as a weakness potion. It's a shame that I have so many potion slots, and I'm having trouble filling those. Alright, don't have AoE. Let me get rid of everything, hoping for a Genetic Algorithm. That might help me on turn 1. I did not get that. I did get an Agapiko Sweeping Beam. If I can hologram. Yeah, so Sweeping is only 17. I need more. A Reinforced Body would give me... Wait, I need 32, so that's not even enough. I mean, I could use a Weakness Potion. Let me see if the Sweeping Beam gives me the Genetic Algorithm. That was my... Well, not only hope, but that was my main hope. I am in trouble here, right? Let's do Compile Driver. Then what? I can deal... Actually, I can't. I don't even have 8 damage for the backliner, right? What can I hologram? Beam Cell? That's not enough. I feel like there's a way. I'm just trying to find that way. So hologram is 6. Sleep is 16. Weakness on the backliner, just for fun, let's test it. It will be 9 plus 19, so 28. Not even close. This will be 16 as well. Can I do something else? Okay, I'm gonna reload because I feel like there's a way, and let's use the one reload I have in the day to try to figure this out. I feel like there's definitely a way. So I know that I'm not getting Genetic Algorithm. That's something good to know. How about I keep... Actually, I don't really want the Beam Cell. Maybe I just focus on defense, keep the charged battery. Let's try that. So then maybe I just don't do Sweeping Beam, and instead just do... Energy is a problem too, right? 18 plus 6 is 24, and I needed 28, right? What if I do, hang on, 10 plus 6, 26. So, yeah, no, I needed 28. Where do I get those 2 from? 2 attacks will give me extra energy, but if I don't have an attack that deals enough damage, then what's the point, right? I think Sweeping me... I just can't think of a good way here. Unless I'm missing something really obvious. I think Sweeping is right. And then Compile Driver. That's not enough. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna do one more reload. And I think the key is maybe to keep defensive cards on turn 1, rather than getting rid of all of them. Lack of energy is really hurting me here. So if I keep... Actually, I guess the charge battery is the only good defensive card I have here. Can I deal somehow enough damage with Beam Cell and Ball Lightning? Let's try that. So if I do Beam Cell, then Sweeping Beam, and then do Ball Lightning. Still have to defend against 19, so if I then throw the Fear Potion here, I only need 16, and the Reinforced Body is actually enough. Okay, so I knew there was a way. There was definitely a way. Okay, alright, now I'm hoping to get the Genetic Algorithm, which I still didn't. Oh no, and I just got offensive cards here. I think there's anything I can do. I just don't have the energy. Let me see if the compile driver gives it to me. Nope. I do have turbo, which does allow me to play Doom and Gloom. A Rip and Tear. Let's do a Rip and Tear first. I didn't hit this one. No, actually, this is enough. All right, fine. Didn't even need to genetic algorithm. All right. Perfect this one with a few reloads. We got Lantern Side Combo with additional energy. Claw turbo. I already have the turbo, and I definitely don't need claw, so unfortunately I have to reject this. All right, Centurion Mystic. Here I can finally get overkill. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't spend too much time in the last fight. Let's get rid of everything. Actually, do I need hologram? No, I think I can get rid of that as well. All right, let's do turbo first, then double energy, then sweeping beam with Akibiko. Beautiful. I don't think I'll do Hello World. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Let's do Hello World, genetic algorithm, and then reinforced body. That should, with calipers, give me a bunch of block for a few turns, and then I just get the Doom and Gloom and get the Dark Orb to grow. So I'll speed this up. I'll be right back. Alright, it took me a while, but the Dark Orb is ready to deal more than 100 damage, and I'm able to get overkill out of the way. We also got our Recalcum into turn without blocking 6 block. Okay. The last question mark from this act. Another treasure chest with singable. When adding cards into deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead, which means with only 5 more cards. No, wait, I need to get to 105, right? So that's 4 more card rejections. I should be able to do that. Speaking of card rejection, should I maybe ignore upgrading things and rest? Be offered another card and then potentially reject that. Yeah, go for that. It's nice. But yeah, let's take the max HP. Okay. A little risky because I wouldn't mind getting Librarian as well. But a thin deck has its advantages. Alright, I'm starting with Genetic Algorithm. I am tempted to save that for later, though. I have energy. Let's get rid of everything here. Let's keep the Capacitor. Reinforced Body in case I need to come up with energy. Akibiko Rip and Tear is really nice. Let's keep that. Hello World might have been really nice, too, now that I think about it. Let's do Akibiko Rip and Tear first, then Sweeping Beam. Okay. Alright, let's do Capacitor and then Charge Battery and Reinforced Body. Okay. So we have a little bit of block this turn. Alright, and that should be enough. And I can hologram the Genetic Algorithm now, but I'd rather save it for later. So yeah, I think I'll do Turbo, Beam Cell, Cool-Headed, then Cold Snap. Can I just hologram the Reinforced Body again here? Yeah, that gives me a bunch of block for next turn as well. Okay. Alright, this guy took Tempest, that's fine. Back then took double energy. Yeah, you can sort of have both of them. I don't think I need those. I am fully defended here. Let's do Cool-Headed. I think it's a little too soon for Genetic Algorithm, so I think I'll wait on that. Let's do Compile Driver. Cold Snap. Fine, I'll do Turbo and Charge Battery and leave. That way, again, I can save block for the next turn. Okay. I haven't played the Hello World yet, right? That might be a good thing to play. So, 36 incoming. Ooh, I'm a little bit worried here. Where is my Nunchaku? Not close to triggering. Oh, no. Did I mess up? Let's see what the Sweeping Beam gives me. Okay, Barrage gets rid of one of them, right? And then double energy is not really useful if I only have 1 energy left. But I think, so if I do Beam Cell and Barrage, it's actually not enough. Oh, no. I was very confident it would be enough. I am cooked here. Yeah, I need to get rid of the... Okay, you know what? I'm going to do another reload, and this will have to go in the thumbnail because it's the second reload of the day, but... Well, I guess the third. But I do think I might have miscalculated the block I need, and I think I might have miscalculated how badly I need to play the Hello World. So, yeah, I think I'll keep the Rip and Tear, but then also play the Hello World. I think that's the right approach. So, let's do Akibiko Rip and Tear, then Capacitor, then Hello World, and then... I forget if I did Reinforced Body. No, I did Charge Battery and then Reinforced Body. Yeah, okay. I think that's much better. The Hello World does give me some extra cards, which are usually helpful. Let's do Turbo, Cool-Headed, Cold Snap. Get the ND to Hologram. Let's do Sweeping Beam, Beam Cell, Hologram. And I think another Sweeping is not a bad idea. So I'm definitely changing the RNG quite a bit, but I think it will help me long term. Okay, yeah, and for example, I was able to get rid of one of the minions already. Okay. I think I hologrammed the Reinforced Body. Yeah, that was probably a mistake, trying to be too defensive. Here, I don't think I'll do double energy, right? Let's just do Compile Driver. Anything I need to hologram now? No. Well, I could hologram the Compile Driver. Why not? It doesn't hurt me. Okay. And, well, I could do Turbo and Doom and Gloom. Why not? Let's do that as well. Okay. That allows me to... Oh, actually, I got rid of this guy. Good. And then here, 20 incoming. I do have a Reinforced Body, which actually is just barely enough, which is fine. I could also do Turbo Cool-Headed. Then Beam Cell... a 2 energy Reinforced Body is still enough, so I can do Sweeping Beam. And then do Reinforced Body. Okay. Okay, so I need to draw the genetic algorithm. I drew it this turn. That's a problem. I have to hope to draw it next turn. That might be better. Let's do Beam Cell, Streamline. What if I don't draw it next turn? I mean, if I draw it this turn, next turn I'll just have 20 block. That's not enough. Although, I would also then have Charge Battery. Alright, fine. I'll risk it. Let's do Genetic Algorithm, Charge Battery, then Ball Lightning. Because this way, next turn, I do have a good amount of block. Is it enough for the 51 incoming? No. It is not, right? Let's do Leap. 47. Never mind. 51. That's exactly enough. Beautiful. Should I do Doom and Gloom? No, I think I'm fine here. Okay. Alright, so the key was to play Genetic Algorithm in the right turn. And Calipers. Yeah, without Calipers, I would have not been able to perfect so far. Alright, here, I think I'll rebound the Beam Cell. No. No, I think I'll just do Beam Cell, Charge Battery, Reinforce Body again, making sure I have block. Okay. Alright, 26. I have 13 of those 26 already. Hologram could give me a Reinforce Body. Let's do Cool-Headed first. So, ooh, double energy. Yep, that's nice. Okay. So I have 24. I just need 2 more. The hologram is enough, so I don't even need to hologram a defensive card. Let's do Beam Cell. Then hologram. I guess let's do Streamline. Why not? Okay. And then Barrage. I am full defender, right? Let's do Barrage. Okay. At some point, I also have to start dealing damage, right? Alright, there is a hologram. I don't have a lot of energy. Anything useful to hologram? Steam Barrier. Another hologram? No. I think instead I'll do Cold Snap and Ball Lightning with the Evoking of the Dark Orb that does deal a good amount of damage, and I don't need much. Let's see if I can pull this off here. 32. I do have a Void. That is a problem. Oh boy, I have a hologram. How can I defend against 32? Or alternative deal, what is it? 30 damage. Only had, wait, Sweeping gives me energy back and also gives me card draw. Alright. There's a Reinforced Body, but that's only 16, and I need plus another 6. That's not enough. I am worried I'm cooked here. Let's do Cool-Headed. Cold Snap. No, I don't have enough. The Void really messed me up. Although I don't think not having the Void would not have made a big difference. So if I do Tempest... No, if I do Cold Snap... I'm so close. Okay, I'm going to do one more reload, and I apologize. I haven't been doing a lot of reloads recently to perfect things, but I feel like, again, I feel like I'm very close here, and I think it'll be more satisfying if I can pull off the perfect here. So I'm not going to try to remember what I did, although I do remember playing the Hello World in the beginning. I think that made a big difference. Alright, it's a shame I don't have, like, a defragment, alright? Extra focus would be great here. Alright, so Rip and Tear, Capacitor, Hello World. I had a Reinforced Body. What if I just ignore block? No, Reinforced Body is important. I think the block I get from Calipers can be really valuable. Alright, here... Maybe I shouldn't play that many turbos. Maybe that's the key. Let's do Sweeping Beam. Then hologram the Sweeping Beam. Okay. And then with the Frost Orbs, I should be able to fully defend here. So it's a Cold Snap. Actually, I'll do Ball Lightning too. You know what? I'm going to do Turbo after all, just because the Barrage does deal a good amount of damage. Okay. Alright, this guy took Tempest. This guy double energy again. Yep, okay. I guess those are uncommon cards, so that's why he took them. Alright, and then here, let's get rid of this guy with the Cold Snap. Alright, and I have to play the Leap to be fully defended, unfortunately. Okay. Alright, 28. So go for the S that I could double play, right? Let's do Steam Barrier first. Then Doom and Gloom. Very tempted to go for the S twice. Wait, can I defend against 28? Yeah, I guess I have the Reinforced Body, right? Let's do Go for the Ice, then Hologram the Go for the Ice. And then 28 plus 16, or wait, no, yeah, I have enough here. Okay, so because the Turbo and Reinforced Body is enough, right? Because I had leftover block from last turn. Okay. And then here, I mean, I could do Stack. It's not bad. Let's do Beam Cell, Sweeping Beam. Okay. Then Barrage is nice. Let's do another Sweeping Beam, then Barrage, and then Stack. Okay. And then it's a big attack, and I have Genetic Algorithm. Beautiful. So I can do Genetic Algorithm. That's 40. That's 50. I'm still missing a little bit, so let's do Charge Battery, which is a shame because that means I can't play any of my Streamlines. Fine. Alright. And then here, Hologram what? Charge Battery again for next turn? Let's do Compile Driver first. Double... Oh, no, I got the... Hang on, I can do Turbo, then Double Energy. Okay. Then do Sweeping Beam, Hologram, Probably not the Streamline, right? Compile Driver again. Okay, that gives me 3 extra cards. Okay. Then Cool-Headed, Ball Lightning, and should I do Stack? 13. Fine, I'm going to do Stack as much as I wanted to do Rip and Tear just because that will give me block for next turn. Okay. Alright, go for the S is great. Let's do that. Let's do Beam Cell first, then go for the Ice, Cold Snap, Barrage, and Recursion. Okay. And this way the Dark Orb is up front too. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's try this. Let's do Compile Driver, then Barrage, and then Cold Snap. That's enough. Yeah, I knew there was a way to perfect this one. I just had to be a little smarter, I guess. So Creative AI is tempting because if I get a hologram, I should be able to get combo with it. But my other hope is to also get another hologram and try to do something with that. So yeah, no, let's stick with Popper. Let's get max HP. And then here, Inserter is interesting. I don't think I'll do Empty Cage. You know what? Yeah, I think I'll take the Inserter. Every 2 turns, get into 1 Orb slot. That's fine, I think. So really all I need is just good focus. Either a potion or a defragment. Alright, unfortunately a 1 elite path. That's a shame. If I go to the elite on the far left, I'll get 3 early crush mushrooms and then another 1. So 4 total. Second from the left gives me, if I start on the right, 2. And then afterwards another 2. So still 4. Second on the right gives me 2 early crush mushrooms and just 1 later on. And right side gives me 4 crush mushrooms again. Okay, so let's check. If I go on the left, in addition to the 4 crush mushrooms, I have 1 rest site. That's it, okay. And then if I start right and then turn left and then go right again, or turn left, keep left, that will give me still 1 rest site. If I go on the right, I'll get 3 question mark rooms and a rest site, but then also 2 shops. That's probably too much, so I think I'll go on the left, middle. Yeah, I guess that means I won't be able to get a shop, which is probably fine. Librarian is going to be almost impossible, right? Because I just don't have that much gold. Let me take this path, because if somehow I get the normality event and I will have a lot of gold, then I might decide to hit the path with the 2 shops, because that way I can remove the cards and actually use Courier. Alright, because I've inserted the capacitor is less useful now, I will keep the Cool-Headed. Let's keep that for some block. Alright, let's do Double Energy, Genetic Algorithm, which is great. Then do Ball Lightning, Cool-Headed, Doom and Gloom, which is great. Alright, and then I think I'll do Barrage. I'll lose a little bit of HP there, but I think that's fine. Okay. The backline should be dead with the Mercury Hourglass here. Alright. And then here, anything into Hologram? Yeah, let's do Hologram, a defensive card like Leap, and then do Rip and Tear. Alright. And maybe I'll just wait for the Mercury Hourglass, that way I don't take any damage. Or if I can get something like a Reinforced Body, Turbo, and then Sweeping Beam, that works too. Okay. Oh, did I play Genetic Algorithm? I think I did, yeah. We had Whetstone up and pick up 2 random attacks. That's Beam Cell and Ball Lightning upgraded. Okay. And then here I got the Orb Walker. 15. Let's start off with a Rip and Tear with... Actually, I do want to do the Beam Cell, but here, let's get rid of these 3. Okay. So then let's do Rip and Tear, then Beam Cell. Alright, I can do Steam Barrier, Streamline, Hologram, the Streamline. Okay. I'll take a little bit of damage, but I think that's fine. I should be able to easily kill. Oh, I do want to wait for Genetic Algorithm. There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Alright, we got Bag of Marbles. Set the Strategy combo to apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies, which is really nice for my turn 1. Okay. And then, man, there's a small chance. Actually, my only hope is to get the Normality one, right? If I don't, I'm not going to go for a shop. So let's... Don't really need the Relic, but applying Weakness does get rid of artifacts, so let's take it. Okay, I got Red Mask, got the Starvage combo to apply 1 weak to all enemies. Okay. Hope this is not a shop. It is not. Okay, fine. I'm totally okay losing the Capacitor. Yeah, because of Inserter, I definitely don't need the Capacitor. I'd rather save all the other cards. And yeah, I don't think there's a reason to go for a shop, especially with 0 gold. So yeah, I think I'll go left. I'll give me an extra rest side, which I guess I can use to gain max HP, which I still need to do to get the stuff modifier, right? Alright, so here, I think I'll keep the Double Energy, and the Rip and Tear, and the Compile Driver, and the Hologram, why not? Okay. So then let's do Double Energy, then Akabiko, Rip and Tear, okay. Then do Genetic Algorithm, Cool-Headed first, then Compile Driver, okay. And then Hologram, probably the Compile Driver, that way I can decide if I want to play the Turbo. I probably do want to play the Turbo, and then Streamline does 22. Let's target this guy, okay. Yes, Doom and Gloom and Sweeping are my only AoE damage cards. Hopefully I'll draw one of those. Or I draw both. One of those 2. Alright, let's do Steam Barrier. Then Doom and Gloom. And I am fully defended. Might as well do this. Okay. And I just need to focus to dealing... What was that? 10 damage to this guy? Which should be doable with a decent attack. Streamline. Beautiful. Alright, we got a more negate. The next curse to obtain. It is pretty much impossible for me to get unique curses anymore, right? Because I only have one, and I only have 2 question mark rooms and possibly the writhing mass. So I think I'll safely take the Omori. Okay. And then here, let's... Wait, no. I wanted to rest to gain max HP. Tempest Recursion. I don't actually have it. No, wait. I do want to get max HP, so let's take the max HP here. Okay. So I just need to reject one more card, which I can do at the next Elite. Yep. Alright, Nemesis, who is not attacking me in turn 1. That's good. I could do double energy and Tempest. That seems very, very tempting. I think I'll do that. So let's do double energy and Tempest. Alright, and now... Yeah, this is the problem, right? So I think my only hope is to draw a genetic algorithm. Actually, even that is not 40... Oh, never mind, it's 47. Okay, I got really lucky there. Beautiful. Just drew the genetic algorithm exactly when I needed to. Alright, 53. Let's do Ball Lightning, Cool-Headed, and... Oh, man. Would love to do the Doom and Gloom, which I can't. And then next turn, I might take some damage. Hope it's not the big attack. Okay, it's a small attack. That should give me a chance. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Not with this hand. Okay. I mean, I could reload, but yeah, wow. Okay, fine. I mean, sometimes you just draw cards full of... Draw a hand with full of burns. Alright, fine. We got Meat on the Bone. HP is added below 50% at the end of combat, heal 12 HP. Loop can be really nice. Yeah. Oh, no, wait. I needed to reject the card one more time. So... Oh, no. Loop is really tempting, though. Alright, I have another rest set at the end. So I'm going to take the Loop now, and worst case, I can heal at the last rest set and get max HP that way. Alright, well, that was a little disappointing. Let's keep everything other than the genetic... Or drop everything other than genetic algorithm. I was hoping for an AoE damage card and not get that, but let's play the Loop, and then I can do Streamline and wait. Okay. Alright. And then here, 17. Yep, I got the Doom and Gloom, and I'm happy I'm getting all AoE cards together. That's nice. I do charge battery to defend? Nah, I think it's fine. Steam Barrier allows me to be fully defended anyway. Okay. Alright, and then here, 27. Let's do... Oh, I guess I can double energy Ball Lightning. Okay. And then let's do charge battery, hologram. And no, you know what? I should do reverse body to avoid taking any damage. Not that I really care too much because I have the Meat on the Bone as well, but this makes my life a little easier. Alright. At Happy Flower, every 3 turns get extra energy, which is great. And here I got Molten Egg when they add an attack into deck upgraded. A little too late, but I'll take it. And then 2 more question marks going this way. Well, I have a Mori. I don't really need to heal. Upgrading all cards is really tempting. It's very tempting. I think I can pull that off. Let's upgrade all cards here. Yeah, because I don't think I'm losing enough HP to have to worry too much about healing. Alright, here, we'll get rid of everything. I will keep the Cool-Headed just in case. Okay. Alright, let's do double energy, then Akabiko, I guess Streamline? Sure. Then see what the Cool-Headed gives me. Alright, Beam Cell, Rip and Tear, Cold Snap, Doom and Gloom, Sweeping. I should have done the Sweeping first in case it gave me something good. Yep, Genetic Algorithm is good. Glad I can still play that. Okay. Alright, 16. I think I'll just do Compile Driver. Oh, I should have done that before, or should have Hologram before reshuffling. I still think that's fine. I can do Turbo Tempest, and that should be enough, right? Beautiful. Got Ink Bottle. One of you played 10 cards. Draw 1 card. Okay. And then, Blessing of the Fortune. I'm a little disappointed that I have this many potion slots and barely enough potions. Hopefully I'll accumulate some good ones for the boss fight in the next few fights. Alright, I could once again safety double energy. Yeah, let's keep that in case I get the Tempest. I did not. That's fine. Let's still play double energy. Then do Akabiko, Rip and Tear, Doom and Gloom, Hologram, the Doom and Gloom. Alright. Then do Streamline, Ball Lightning. Man, it makes such a big difference to have all the cards be upgraded. They deal so much damage. You got Unseen Top. Whenever I have no cards in hand during your turn, draw a card. Very nice. And then here I'll get it. Oh, right. I get a card award. And I already have both of these, so I'll take max HP. So I got the Stuff Modifier. Alright. I could get a curse out of this, but I don't think I really need to. Also, I have a Kibiko, so, or a Mori, so I guess I don't really care if I get a curse out of this. Let's keep the Tempest, Rip and Tear, and Hologram. Okay. Alright, I would like to do Rip and Tear. Okay. And then let's do Streamline. Genetic Algorithm is great. And then let's do Turbo. And should I do Tempest? Anything I need to Hologram back? Streamline, I guess. Make it a little cheaper. Sure, let's do that. And then also do... Yeah, let's do Leap as well. Or Tempest as well. Okay. Alright. 30, I am fully defended here. I don't actually think I need double energy here. Let's do beam cell, loop, charge battery, and barrage. Okay. Yeah, I'm back to 30. That's fine. Right, 48. That is a lot. Can I deal 26 damage here? I can just defend with the reinforced body, right? Let's see what this gives me. Compile driver, 30. I could do another barrage. Fine. Here, let's do cool-headed, steam barrier. Rip and tear is a lot of... Actually, that's enough to kill. Beautiful. We got emotion chip. If you lost HP during the previous turn, trigger the passive ability for all orbs at the start of your current turn, which hopefully won't trigger because hopefully I won't lose HP. Alright, transient. There's no way to get combo. I haven't season top, but I think I need more energy for that. Let's have a turn with double energy. I mean, let's give it a try. No, I didn't get... let's do turbo cool-headed. Alright, then do genetic algorithm. Compile driver. Double energy. Okay, hang on. That's my 5th card. No, unfortunately, I have the reinforced body and I have a curse, so I can't keep going indefinitely. Can I bring back another turbo? Yeah, the problem is because of that X-Cost card and the curse. Yeah, fine. At least I can do a good reinforced body, and that should keep me defended for the next 2 or 3 turns. I will try to deal damage. Oh, I did play genetic algorithm, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. I could just do Tempest here, right? Let's do Steam Barrier, Beam Cell, Streamline, Charge Battery, and Tempest. Okay. Actually, I guess I'll do Turbo. It's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, there's nothing I can do. Why was there a second reinforced body? I only have 1, right? Where did I get another reinforced body from? No, okay, I didn't have a reinforced body. I was confused. That's fine. Tempest, right? That was the Exos card I had. Alright, let's do Hello World, Doom and Gloom, Sweeping Beam, and a Leap. And a Ball Lightning, why not? Come. I guess I am fully defended for the next 2 turns. Let's try to play a lot of attacks to get the Nunchaku closer to 10, I guess. Come. And then here, can I play 8 more attacks? That might be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, let's try. Let's Compile Driver, the Cold Snap, Beam Cell, Ball Lightning. Oh, never mind. I thought I had more energy. That's fine. Come. Right, time-wise, I could finish it in 5 minutes. We got a letter opener. Every time play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies, as well as a dex potion. And then here, I don't... Actually, no, I have to rest. I can't do anything else. Barrage, Sweeping Beam. I'll go with the max HP here. Okay. Alright, Dono Deca. Let's see what I can do here. I have ancient potions, which are useless. I have a dex potion, which I will drink. And then I don't really need the... well, I can use Blessing of the Force to upgrade something that Hello World gives me. So I do need some block on turn 1. Let's keep the hologram and Sweeping Beam and Cool-Headed for... turn 1 might... Oh, never mind. I start with Genetic Algorithm. That's beautiful. Alright, let's do Akibiko Sweeping Beam. Okay. Then do Genetic Algorithm. Cool-Headed. Compile Driver. Cold Snap. I kind of want to do Hello World. Let's also do Loop. So I think I'm going to do Loop and Hello World. And then might as well play these. Why not? And then throw a Fire Potion. Okay. So far, so good. I don't have Genetic Algorithm anymore, so I am sort of relying on my Frost Orbs. There's Double Energy, which is not horrible. Let's play that. And then I'll do Compile Driver. There's a Tempest. That's interesting. Another Compile Driver. Okay. There's a Reinforced Body. I am fully defended. I would like to do Streamline to deal damage. I would also like to do Doom and Gloom. And do I need to get more block, or do I want to deal damage? Risky. But I think... Oh boy. Alright, let's do Leap and then Tempest. Come. Alright, I'm a little worried I might run out of block. Yeah, so here I need another... wait, I have 19, I need 26. So hologram is enough. Right, because I had the dex potion. Okay. So let's do Sweeping Beam first. Should I do Turbo? That's a little risky. Let's do Cool-Headed. Charge Battery is enough, so I don't need to do hologram. Come. Not dealing damage fast enough. That's the problem. 32 incoming. The enemies are starting to scale very quickly. Here, let me use the Blessing of the Forge because I have a lot of unupgraded cards. Let's do Beam Cell, Sweeping Beam. Then Compile Driver. Starting to get a little worried here. I might not be able to come up with enough block. Let's do Cool-Headed. Okay, so best I can do is Charge Battery. So wait, that's 6 plus 17. That's 23. So I need to play the Reinforced Body, right? If I evoke this, it will be just another 5. So what did I say? 23, 28. That's not enough. So I have to do Reinforced Body. And I'm starting to get really worried. Because the enemies are scaling too fast and I'm not dealing enough damage. And I'm not scaling my block fast enough either. Do have 2 holograms here. That's good. Let's do Steam Barrier, Rip and Tear. What can I hologram? Something that's really useful. Let it Charge Battery. Let's do hologram. do have a Tempest, or Turbo, but that's risky. Charge battery, okay. Then, Hologram. Do I have a nice zero-cost card? I guess Beam Cell is fine. Let's do that. Okay. I am fully defended, so I don't really... You know what? No, I will do Turbo and Doom and Gloom just because it would allow me to have a Dark Orb that would deal a good amount of damage to the backliner. And I might need all the damage I can get here. Alright, let's do Streamline. Barrage is actually enough for the backliner. That's really good. Alright, let's do just Barrage. And then Cold Snap and Leap. Okay. Okay, that gives me a little bit of block, and at least this guy doesn't scale more, but I still get attacked by 38 every turn. And so I have 16 right now. This would be 3 energy on would be 46. Yeah, so I can do Cool Headed safely. Although, no, actually I have to loop. So let's keep the Dark Orb. Have it grow more. Let's just do the Reinforced Body here. And then that way, this Dark Orb grows really fast. And hopefully that'll be enough. Let's do Beam Cell, Cold Snap, then Sweeping Beam. I'm really worried I'll draw. Yeah, there's a Void and a bunch of other stuff coming up. So I think I should try to gain block. Let's do Hologram, the Steam Barrier. Yeah, that will give me a little bit of block for next turn. Actually, evoking the Dark Orb and dealing a little bit extra damage would be enough. Luckily, I got to go for the S. That's huge. That allows me to be fully defended here, Doom and Gloom, and that's enough to kill. All right, beautiful. Okay, with reloads, I was able to perfect everything, so I'm very happy with that. 1306, that should be a pretty good score, right? So out of this 5 elites, I perfected 4 of them, only missed the Nemesis, no chance against the second, the second attack, which I drew a hand with like 3 burns and a turbo. Nothing I could have done there. Was able to get overkill easily with the Dark Orb. Popper stuffed was fairly easy. No chance of getting Librarian. I'm kind of glad. I think a larger deck would have made things very difficult. I was able to get all the bosses, Highlander, I like Shiny, and Lightspeed. So yeah, 1306 should be a pretty good score. Only thing I can think of missing is the combo modifier. That would have been very difficult. Never mind. So people were able to do better. Wow. Okay, that is very impressive. So I am about 25... Wait, I am not 25 points above. I am 23? No. Wait. Hang on. 29. How's that possible? So I suspect people... Wait, no, I'm 19 points above. I'm miscalculating here. Yeah, so I'm 19 points above Goldberry. 19. That means that I took 3 regular fights over question mark rooms. Maybe I got the Juzu bracelet and maybe Goldberry didn't. So I'm maybe not getting the bell, the calling bell, made differences in the RNG. That's the only thing I can think of. And then interestingly, Gemino got 23 points more than me. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, Gemino skipped 1 regular fight over a question mark room. How do you get 25 points? I guess perfecting the Nemesis. And I wouldn't be surprised if I reloaded that Nemesis fight. I think if I dealt somehow more damage on turn 1, I might have been able to perfect that one. And then Alex got 23. Yeah, so it looks like I just had more regular fights somehow. I thought I was maximizing question mark rooms, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I got a regular fights. I think the only thing I can think of is that I got the Juju bracelet earlier, maybe, and as a result did not get enough. No, wait, that's the other way around. I would have gotten fewer regular fights in question mark rooms. Yeah, all right, I'm interested. Let me know in the comments what you did. I thought this was a pretty good score. I am not sure how you can beat Gemino's score, because the only thing I can think of getting from top of my score is to get another 25 points, maybe another 50 points, so 1356 might be doable. Everything above that, I am very doubtful. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Let's review the scores from yesterday. Alright, so yesterday was a silent run with the Chimera, Control Chaos, and Lethality modifiers, and I did not do too well. Some people did amazing, including Knight, who had an amazing 50-52, and it is just mind-boggling. Knight was able to get a total of 10 collective bonuses, which is just insane. The next closest to Knight was Gemino, who got 6 collective bonuses, so 100 extra points just from collective bonuses, and keep in mind, I only was able to get 5, and I don't think I messed up anything, so I think Knight just got really lucky. 10 collective bonuses is very impressive. He was able, in addition to that, also to perfect all the elites and all the bosses, which is also very impressive, because there was a Sentries fight on Act 1 that was really hard to perfect. He also was able to get the Lightspeed modifier and the Popper modifier. So yeah, amazing score. Congratulations to Knight for, I think, effectively first place. I cannot believe the people higher than him. So yeah, very good score there. Next, you have Spring here with 1479. Gemino got 1454. Gemino also perfected everything other than the Sentries. Missed the Sentries just like me. But only got 6 collective bonuses. So, you know, that's 100 points right there. Gemino mentioned that he did take Runic Pyramid, which I thought would be a big problem. But he mentioned with all the discard in the deck, especially he bottled a Calculate Gamble. And that allowed him to not have to worry about the Runic Pyramid at all. Actually, probably helped him too. And then other than that, he had the same modifiers as me. So Mr. Machine, Speedster, Money, and Skibidi and Popper. Missed Overkill and Combo just like me. But he was able to, in addition to me, gets the Stuff modifier, because interestingly, Gemino got the Face of Cleric event rather than the Warp Tongues event. I know that the Warp Tongues event is random, so if you reload, if you have different RNG, that changes. But yeah, getting Face of Cleric in terms of score is much better because you can, well, Gemini was able to get the stuff modifier. Congratulations. Next, you have Roland and Peltz tied for 1379 in the top 20. Cyberfox 1354. Goldbear and me, I tied for 1304. Goldbear mentioned that he did miss the Act 3 boss, had a bit of trouble perfecting, but ended up with 7 collector bonuses, which saved the score. I ended up perfecting 6 of the 7 leads, but missed the Act 3 boss. No chance against that one. Only got 5 collector bonuses. Was able to get Mr. Machine, Speedster, Money Money, and Skibidi and Popper as well. Oli pointed out there was a shop that was offering me the Bottle Flame, and I could have considered bottling the Eruption. That's something I did not even think of. It might have been a really good idea because with lethality yesterday, it would have not been a bad idea to start really aggressive. So yeah, interesting thought there. And then next you have Alex and Nick tied for 1256 for 57th place. Alex perfected 6 of the 7 leads, 2 of the 3 bosses, missed the Act 2 boss, interestingly, not the Act 3 boss that I had trouble with. Alex might have been the only person who went for Highlander yesterday. Now, that is actually not too bad because he was able to pull off Encyclopedian, which means that he was able to effectively get 5 collector ones, which is what I got. Now, of course, Knight was able to get 10, so there's more doable, but compared to my score, Highlander was not a bad idea. He also was able to get Encyclopedian, Mr. Machine, Money Money, and Popper, so the only thing that I really missed was the time modifier, any time modifier. And then you have the Dark Hill with 1229 in the top 100. That's it for yesterday. So yeah, let me know in the comments to do this for today. I am curious to see where I took a wrong path, or maybe it was just a difference in relics that allowed me to get a few regular points, but then ultimately missing maybe 1 or 2 modifiers to get in the top, to really get in the top 5, I guess. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.